Hi, my name is Robert. This video is designed to give you step-by-step detailed instructions on completing the task at hand. Please read the comments in the About section of this video. It has valuable information and updates. My YouTube channel has a disclaimer video that I encourage you to watch. And please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you found what you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace a control arm. We took the car to have tires put on it the other day, and the place, Tires Discounters, was going to give us a free alignment, and they said they couldn't do that because the control arms was worn. So this video will show you how to check them, how to replace them. What I normally do is jack the car up, put a jack stand under it, take the wheel off, take the two bolts out of the subframe, pry that loose, then I take the bolt out of the ball joint, try to spread that out with a screwdriver, then drop that out and put the new one in reverse order, and then take it to get an alignment done. I don't do my own alignments. These are the tools I use to do the job. Long needle nose hook pliers to help wedge out the control arm, jack stand, 18mm socket, 13mm socket, 15mm box-in wrench, a cheater, another cheater, screwdriver, and whatever you use to jack the car up, change the tires, and block the wheels. Over there on the left, I also have some thread lock and a torque wrench. So the first thing you want to do is set your parking brake. Then I break all 5 lug nuts loose, then jack the car up, then take the wheel off. Okay, with the wheel snug, the car jacked up with the wheel off the ground, you could tell that either control arm bushing on the subframe or the ball joint is worn, because you can wiggle the wheel. See all that play in that wheel? Shouldn't have any play in it like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it and see which one is worn. Okay, so the ball joint is down there, and I can grab the bottom brake caliper and move it. You could actually see the axle going in and out. That's because that ball joint down there is worn. And tie rod and bushing is torn too. So that's going to be next. So let me go ahead, get a 18mm socket and a 15mm wrench and take those 2 subframe bolts out. So I have the car jacked up. The jack is still giving it support. I have the car sitting on the jack stand, and on around the other side, even though I got the parking brake set, I got something blocking the wheels as well. So be as safe as you can. So I got the 15 holding, the deep 18mm socket, and then I got a pretty good size ratchet, even though it's 3/8, and I got a cheater bar on it to help with leverage. So as soon as you break it loose, you can take your cheater off. Okay, after I get both bolts out, I put something in there, screwdriver, pry bar, hook nose, needle nose pliers, whatever I need to, and I pry out and down, towards me and down, to get this control arm loose from the frame of the body. Once you get the control arm loose from the subframe, be kind of careful with it, because the whole assembly will float around, and you don't want to mess up your brake lines or nothing else while it's floating around. Okay, once the control arm is loose and hanging down, then I take a 13mm and a 15mm and get the ball joint nut out. Now that I got the bolt out of the ball joint, I'm going to put a screwdriver in the joint there and try to spread it open a little bit. Just wiggle it back and forth in there for a few seconds, and then try to finesse the ball joint out of the hub assembly. Okay, here's the control arm that was taken out of there. I think the subframe bushings is good, but as you can see, this ball joint is really bad. The boot's torn on it, and it is just worn out because it don't have no lubrication or nothing. Now, one thing kind of bad about this is, if this wears out too much, it can actually fall apart, and if it falls apart, your wheel can fall away from the car. So this would be driving your car till the wheel falls off. So you can see the joint in there, and it is without grease or something, so it's loose. Now let me show you the one we're going to replace it with. Now, unfortunately, my daughter and myself are not in a position to buy new control arms. You can get new ones probably at the dealer for $2.50 a piece, something like that. And you can get aftermarket ones from other places for a lot cheaper. And heck, you can get lifetime warranty ones through your local parts place for probably $120, something like that. But anyway, we weren't in a position to do that, so I went to the salvage yard and got some. And as you can see, this ball joint is still pretty tight. The bushing on it is good, so there's a good chance this was replaced at one time. But if you go to pull one off of a car in the salvage yard and you lift it up and it falls back down, it's worn out. Or if the bushing or rubber boot on there is torn, just leave it. But this one seems to be in good shape, so I'm gonna put these on the car. So the first thing I'm gonna do is put the ball joint in the knuckle assembly and put the bolt through it. I'm not going to tighten it. I'm just going to maybe snug it down. Then I'm going to put the two A-frame bolts in, and you really should use new A-frame bolts, and I would put some thread lock on it as well. Okay, I got all my bolts in place, so I'm going to go ahead and torque down my ball joint bolt. You need to look at the about comments for the torque value of these bolts. And before you tighten down the frame bolts, you have to load the control arm so that it's in the right position. If you tighten them down with them sagging like this, you'll run the risk of damaging your frame bushings, which probably happened to these because I seen a little rubber tearing on them. So let me go ahead and torque down my ball joint bolt, put these in position, and then I'll be ready to torque these down after I load it in the right position. Okay, basically what I did was I removed the jack stand from under the frame of the car after jacking the car up. Then I put the jack stand under the control arm. Then I lowered the car on the control arm almost all the way until I seen the control arm look like it was level with the car. Now I'm going to torque those bolts down back there on the frame. So that's how you load the control arm before you torque it. Okay, after you get the control arm torqued down, you want to go ahead and jack the car up, get that jack stand from under there, put your tires back on, snug your bolts on, lower the car down off the jack almost the whole way, torque your wheel down, then go ahead and remove your jack. If you got any questions, let me know. If you feel that this information was beneficial, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can also subscribe to my channel so that you can get notification of future videos that I post. Visit my channel. I have all types of do-it-yourself videos there. You can leave questions here and I'll try to respond to them as quick as possible. You can also visit my website at robertspinner.com. Thanks again for watching.